Liberals have let down Canadians. They have let you down when it comes to the cost of homes. He's let you down when it comes to the cost of living. And frankly, it's not just Justin Trudeau. It's every Liberal minister, every Liberal MP who looked down their nose at you when people were saying we can't make ends meet. We are struggling with the cost of living. So it doesn't matter who the next Liberal leader is. They've let you down. They do not deserve another chance. They're more interested in themselves than the struggles of Canadians. We've got serious threats of Donald Trump and tariffs that put in question hundreds and thousands of Canadian jobs. And instead of focusing on you and protecting your jobs, they're worried about themselves. And we have another serious threat to the middle class in Canada, and that is Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives. Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives want to cut from the middle class to give to their rich CEO friends. They want to cut your pensions. They want to cut health care. They want to cut dental care, all to make the rich CEO buddies even richer. Under Pierre Poilievre of the Conservatives, they want to see CEOs get richer and richer and the middle class fall further behind. That's a serious fight in front of us. And I know what that fight's all about. I remember meeting seniors in our country who told me that they are living in pain because they can't fix their teeth. They can't get their teeth looked after. And to hear heartbreaking stories from these seniors. I remember one in particular who told me she's got to choose between eating and sleeping because if she eats at night, she's in so much pain she can't fall asleep. And if she wants to sleep that night, she has to skip a meal, not eat dinner, go to bed hungry. I promised those seniors that I would fight like hell to make sure they could actually get their teeth looked after. And the Liberals said no at every turn. We proposed solutions. We proposed ideas to get this done. They said no. Even when we convinced them to move forward with dental care, they said it would take a decade to put in place. We said, no, seniors need this now. We fought hard and we delivered it. So if Canadians give us a chance, give us the honor of leading this country, we're going to do exactly that. Fight for you. Fight greedy CEOs who are ripping you off when you buy your groceries. Fight to make sure you can actually afford a home. So if you are worried about the cuts of Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, if you find it unacceptable, just simply wrong that the rich keep on getting richer and the middle class is falling further behind, stand with us. We are building a movement of working class people. We are fighting to win for you. Justin Trudeau et les libéraux de Justin Trudeau
Justin Trudeau
vous ont
and
laissé
his
tomber.
liberals have let
Ils
us
vous ont laissé
down.
tomber
They've let us
quand on parle
down
de logement abordable.
when we talk about
Ils vous ont
affordable
laissé tomber avec
housing.
le coût de la vie.
They've let us down
Honnêtement,
with
ce n'est pas
regards to the
seulement les
cost of
libéraux.
living.
C'est chaque ministre libéral.
It's each and every
c'est chaque
Liberal
député
minister,
libéral aussi.
each Liberal MP has done that.
Ils n'ont pas agi.
And they have
Ils n'ont
not
rien fait
acted, they've not done
en même
anything,
temps que les gens font face des grandes difficultés à rejoindre les deux.
and citizens
Donc,
are having trouble
en
making
même
ends
temps,
meet.
au lieu de
At the same
s'occuper
time,
des affaires des Canadiens,
rather than
ils
dealing
s'occupent
with
de leur propre
issues
chicane.
concerning Canadians, they
On a
are
des
squabbling
menaces,
internally.
des tarifs
And
de Donald Trump
we
qui
have the
menacent des
Trump
centaines de
tariff
milliers
threats.
d'emplois au
They're
Canada.
threatening
lieu de
hundreds of
s'occuper à
thousands of
garder
Canadian
vos
jobs.
emplois,
And instead of
ils s'occupent
concentrating on
à leur propre
allowing
chicane.
Canadians to keep their jobs,
peu
they are
importe
fighting
qui est le prochain
internally.
chef de parti libéral, les libéraux vous ont laissé tomber.
Liberals have let
Ils
you
ne
down,
méritent pas
and they do
une
not
autre chance.
deserve another chance.
Et devant les Canadiens, la grande menace pour la classe
For Canadians,
moyenne, pour la classe ouvrière,
the
c'est les
greatest
coupures conservatrices de
challenge
Pierre Poilievre.
for
Pierre Poilievre et les
their
conservateurs
cost of living will be the
veulent
conservative
couper vos
cuts.
pensions,
Conservatives and Pierre
les
Poilievre
soins
want
de
to cut
santé,
into your
les
pensions,
soins
health
dentaires.
care,
Elle veut
dental
couper de
care.
la classe moyenne
They want to cut
pour donner
from the
des
middle
cadeaux
class to give
à leurs
gifts
amis riches.
to their rich friends.
C'est inacceptable.
This is not acceptable.
C'est un grand défi. Et je
It's a
comprends
huge
ce
challenge,
défi.
and I understand these
J'ai parlé avec
challenges.
plusieurs
I've
personnes
spoken
âgées, ils ont
with
dit
many
qu'on ne
elderly
peut pas soigner nos dents.
Canadians, and they said, we
On
can't
vit dans
afford
la
dental
douleur
care.
parce qu'on ne
We
peut pas
are
soigner
living
nos
with
dents.
chronic pain because we
J'ai
can't
trouvé
afford
ça
dental care. And
inacceptable.
I
Ça
found
a
it
brisé ma
unacceptable.
cœur
This really
d'entendre
broke my
des
heart
histoires
to
comme ça.
hear these
Donc,
types of
je me suis
stories.
engagé
So I committed myself to guarantee dental care for seniors. And each time we've proposed solutions, Liberals said no. They rejected our ideas. But I'm not backing down. So we've continued to fight, and we've obtained this dental care program for seniors and also for children. So this is what we need. We need people who are going to fight for Canadians. So if you don't want Pierre Poilievre's tax cuts, tax measures rather, and cuts to programs, join us. We're building a movement together, and together we can win for the working class and for the middle class. Thank you.
Nous allons maintenant prendre des questions en ligne. We will now take questions online. We will start with David Baxter with the Canadian Press. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Singh. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Good to see you.
Perfect. All right. And of course, in addition to the Prime Minister resigning, the Parliament is proroguing until late March. Just what does this mean on your end for trying to get work done on things like expanding pharmacare, since we would need legislation there, and now that's likely not happening before an election comes up?
Well, typical Liberals. They are shutting down Parliament, not going to work, and Canadians actually need them to be going to work, need us to going to work. So it's completely wrong what they're doing. Obviously, it's wrong that the Liberals are choosing to shut down Parliament, not going to work. If someone didn't show up to work, they would get fired. And that's what should happen. We should fire the Liberals. They've let down Canadians. They need to get fired. And New Democrats are going to give a real option to Canadians who are worried about the cuts of Pierre Poilievre. We have shown you that we can fight for you. We can fight and we can deliver. We fought the Liberals every step of the way to secure dental care for seniors. It was a battle. It was a fight, but we did not relent. We did not give up. We continue to fight, and we secured that for you. If you give us a chance, that's exactly what we'll do in government. We will fight for you every single day. Fight for the working class, fight for the middle class, to bring down the cost of groceries, to take on those greedy CEOs that are ripping you off, to make sure you can actually afford a home. That's our commitment to you.
Yeah, and just to follow up, we know that the first confidence motion before Parliament is going to be the throne speech. Will the NDP vote to bring down the government at the throne speech?
Yes. Whatever the vote is, there will be a vote of confidence. New Democrats will be voting against this government for an election where Canadians will have a choice. The Liberals have let you down. They've let you down again and again. It doesn't matter who the leader is. The Liberals have let you down. They do not deserve another chance. And the Conservatives under Pierre Poilievre want to cut the things that you need. They want to cut pensions for seniors who are already struggling. They want to cut health care at a time when people can't get the care they need. They want to cut dental care for seniors and kids who are just receiving this care. They want to cut that. It's a callous decision. And New Democrats want to fight those greedy CEOs that are ripping you off. We want to lower your grocery bills and make sure you can actually find a home that you can afford. New Democrats are building a movement. If you're worried about those cuts, if you're worried about Pierre Poilievre, you feel let down by the Liberals, stand with us. Stand with us this time. We are building a movement to fight back. We are fighting to win for you.
Nous allons maintenant Juliane avec Radio-Canada. C'est à vous.
Radio-Canada.
Bonjour, Monsieur Singh.
Hello, Mr. Singh.
Vous avez dit, donc si je comprends bien, c'est
So
que
if I understand correctly,
l'arrivée d'un nouveau chef ne changera rien. Corrigez-moi si j'ai
a
tort,
new
selon
leader
vous.
will not change a
En
thing.
ne donnant pas votre appui à un prochain chef
By refusing to
libéral, est-ce que vous
support
ne craignez
a
pas
liberal
de
leader,
perdre vos gains,
aren't
au
you
NPD
afraid of
avec une
losing your
possible arrivée des
gains
conservateurs
with the
à ce moment-là?
possible arrival of conservatives to
Ça, c'est
power?
le choix dans les prochaines élections.
Well, that will
Les
be a
gens
choice
vont
to be
avoir
made in the
une
next election.
C'est clair que
Canadians
les
will decide.
libéraux
It's
nous ont
clear
laissé tomber.
that Liberals let us
Et
down.
donc, le choix, c'est entre
And so
les
the choice will be between conservatives, the Pierre Poilievre conservatives. They're going to cut into gains that we've made for citizens. They want to cut dental services. That's clear. They want to cut pharmacare. They also want to cut healthcare in general. That's a choice. The Pierre Poilievre conservatives want to cut into social programs that you need. Or we are going to fight against the rich CEOs who are exploiting you to try to bring down your grocery bills. to make sure that you're able to find affordable housing. This will be the choice, but it's the fault of Liberals that we are now in this position. They've let us down, and now Canadians will have to decide between Conservatives who want to cut into programs or the NDP who wants to fight for you.
Mais vous qui avez appuyé
Yes, but
aussi
you have
longtemps les
supported
libéraux,
the
est-ce qu'il y a pas
Liberals for so
quelqu'un
long.
qui
You've propped them
pourrait,
up.
comme chef, faire avancer certaines de vos
Don't you think
politiques,
that with a new leader they
ou
could
c'est vraiment clair pour vous, là,
allow
c'est
some of your
terminé?
policies to go forward? No, it's finished.
Motion de censure, les néo-démocrates vont voter contre le gouvernement. Ça, c'est clair.
We're going to vote against the government, but also it's important to highlight what we've been able to do. We have fought for citizens. We have fought against the Liberals. At each and every step of the way, we've had to fight in order to get dental care. That was not easy. We had to fight each and every step of the way to say, yes, people deserve to have these programs. Liberals initially said no. They said no often. Justin Trudeau and the Liberals said no. And then we did not back down. We continued to fight, and we managed to obtain these programs for citizens. And that's what we're going to do if people give us a chance. We're going to fight for you. That's what we did in the past, and we'll do it in the future. We're going to fight for you, and we're going to reduce the price of groceries, and we're going to make sure that people have affordable housing, and we're going to oppose Pierre Poilievre.
We will now go to Alex Bilingo with the Toronto Star. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you very much, Mr. Singh. Just going back to this question of whoever the Liberals choose as leader, it sounds like you're pretty clear that whoever they choose, you guys are going to still vote down the government. You want an election after they choose a leader. But what if they choose somebody who's from the progressive wing of the Liberal Party who might help you advance priorities like pharmacare even further than they have already? Why not give the government a few more months to advance some of those things before we go to the polls that you've made such a priority in your deal with them, if they elect somebody that's maybe more acceptable to left-wing Canadians?
It is clear the Liberals have let down Canadians. We fought and fought the Liberals at every step, and we got as much as we could get out of them through our fight. It is clear they've walked away now. It does not matter who is chosen as the next Liberal leader. They have let you down. They do not deserve another chance. So as soon as there is a confidence vote, New Democrats will be voting against the government. And then we will have an election. And in that election, Canadians have an important choice. You got to look at what Pierre Poilievre wants to do, who he's been meeting with, what he's been spending his past 2 years doing. Past 2 years, you saw what I did. I fought for dental care. We fought to make sure people had free diabetes medication and free birth control. That's what we fought for. We fought to get better protection for workers. We fought for a GST holiday. We fought for you. What did Pierre Poilievre do in that same time? You're not going to be able to ask him this question because he's not available for questions today. But let me tell you what he's done. In the past 2 years, he met with over 100 corporate lobbyists. He had fundraiser after fundraiser in wealthy mansions, $17 million mansions, where he made it clear who he's going to work for: the billionaires, the richest CEOs. That's who he wants to work for. What I've been doing is fighting for Canadians, to make sure seniors can actually get their teeth looked after, to make sure people can afford their medication, to protect workers. That's what we've done. That's what Pierre Poilievre has been up to. So the choice is clear in the next election.
Just as a follow-up, obviously through the confidence and supply agreement, you worked quite closely, as I understand it, with Trudeau on a lot of the priorities that you put forward: dental care, pharmacare, anti-scab legislation, things like that. And now that he's leaving the political scene or preparing to leave, do you have any reflections on what you think he'll be remembered for, what type of prime minister he's been, outside of maybe the current charged political moment, reflections on your time with Trudeau and what he means to Canada?
I can tell you for New Democrats and for me personally, we spent the past 2 years fighting. We had to fight every step of the way. Every victory we secured for Canadians was a battle, was an all-out brawl. We fought to bring in dental care. Just to remind folks, the Liberals voted against it multiple times. They said no again and again. Even when we convinced them to move forward, they said it's going to take a decade to put in place. We fought back and secured these things. They weren't going to move forward on protection for workers. We forced them to do so. They weren't going to move forward on pharmacare. We had to threaten them. We had to fight with them, and we secured that as well. So it was a battle. But one of the things that did stand out for me is how much Justin Trudeau was close to his family and to his kids. And I hope now that he's made this decision, he'll be able to spend more time with his family.
We will now go to David Aiken with Global News. Please go ahead.
Thanks very much for taking our questions. I'm probably, I think, going to be the fourth person to get you to say the same thing on this topic. Some New Democrats would like to see changes to our elections laws, make it easier for people in university to vote, extend advance voting days. I'll give you another if. If a future Liberal leader said to you, for a very narrow window, couple of weeks, a few weeks, whatever, you'll get some of those changes, New Democrats. You let us get the money bill through, perhaps with funding for pharmacare, with a commitment to have an election in June or July. Is there any framework? Is there anything that a future Liberal leader can say to you? I just asked out some things to extend by a couple of weeks. You're shaking your head, so tell me again what you're going to do.
No. As soon as there is a confidence vote, we will be voting against the government. It is clear that they have let down people. In terms of changing the election laws, we actually proposed that. We proposed those changes to say, let's make it easier for people to vote. Let's change the hours of voting. Let's make it easier for people to vote at a different polling station in their riding. We've already proposed those things. The Liberals had a shot to actually improve those things. They did not do the work necessary. Let us be very clear. This is not just Justin Trudeau. This is every Liberal minister. This is every Liberal MP. All of them are to blame for the situation we're in right now. It is all of their collective faults. So no, they let down Canadians. They do not deserve another chance. The next election is going to be a choice between Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives who want to cut from you to give to the rich buddies, or New Democrats who want to fight for you to lower the cost of your groceries, take on those greedy CEOs and those billionaires that are ripping you off.
You've seen in the House of Commons before we vote for Christmas that the Conservatives are talking about a guy named Carbon Tax Carney. I wonder if you have some thoughts about Mark Carney as a potential Liberal leader. Do you think he'd make a good PM?
Genuinely, I say this, it does not matter who the Liberals choose as their next leader. They have let down Canadians. They've already had a shot. Ask yourself, is your life better off after 9 years of the Liberals? No. They had their shot. They had Liberal ministers. They had Liberal MPs. They did not deliver for you. They let you down. The only things that came out of that government in the recent years that are worth helping, that helped out people, are things that we fought and forced them to do. And we had to fight them. It was not easy. It was not something they were willing to do. We had to force them. We had to fight with them. And that's what you get with New Democrats. We will fight for you every single day to make life more affordable for Canadians, to make sure you can have a home that's affordable, make sure you can afford your groceries. We're going to fight for you. The Conservatives want to help out their rich CEO buddies. They've made it clear who they're in it for. They're in it for the billionaires. They're in it for their rich buddies. And they want to cut from you to help them out. The choice is clear in the next election. And the Liberals have let you down, so they do not deserve another chance.
Nous allons maintenant à Boris Proulx avec Le Devoir. C'est à vous.
Now, Le Devoir.
Bonjour, Monsieur Singh.
Hello, Mr. Singh.
Désolé de vous faire répéter, mais
Sorry to
j'aimerais
make you
vraiment
repeat yourself, but I would like to have the certainty that there will be zero possible collaboration or any possible agreement with the Liberal Party, even with a new leader? Answer, no, absolutely not. We will have a confidence vote in the future, and the NDP will vote against the government regardless. Regardless who will be the next Liberal leader, we will vote against the government. The Liberals let you down. All Liberals let you down. All Liberals and ministers and MPs, they all let you down, and they don't deserve another chance. So the next election will be a choice between conservative cuts. He wants to cut into your pensions, cut into health care, cut dental care, or the NDP looking to fight against the rich CEOs who are there exploiting you, trying to, and we will try to bring down your grocery bill and allow you to find affordable housing. Thank you. Do you think the prorogation until March is legitimate or reasonable? So the question is the following: is it reasonable that the Liberals our goal is to stop working when we're having threats of terrorism from Donald Trump and Canadian jobs are at risk. Absolutely not. It is not reasonable. If someone is refusing to work, do they deserve to have a promotion? No, of course not. So people have to reject the Liberals. They have to kick them out. They let you down. They don't deserve another chance. And so now, for those who don't want the Pierre Poilievre Conservatives in power, you can join the NDP. We will have a government that will fight for you, not for the billionaires. We are going to fight for the working class.
Alors, est-ce que c'est le temps de candidature?
That is all the time. That's all for the press conference.